Your daily anger! Bang! Anger! Bang!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daily Anger Bang. My name is JC with the Aloha Press. This is your late night rated R golf content where we give you guys the exact news and the things that you desire out in the golfing world. Maybe you are not able to keep up with all the necessary things. You can check in with us every night and get some of the highlights, out of this particular unique place in this world, the golfing world. Good God, it is a absolute special place. There are some things that we have to touch on. Some news broke, some very controversial things going on in the golfing world. We hit on the Constitution last night. Today we're hitting on voters. Oh, specifically in the state I live in, Georgia. Good God, it is going buck wild here when it comes to actual professional sports. So we're going to break that down, and we're even going to include some of the ANA, and then we're even going to be talking all things PGA Tour, the Major Championship, even Augusta National, Women's Amateur. And so let's start the show. Really appreciate everyone joining us. It's really appreciate Tim and Hitting Bombs, Attacking Pins, joining us here on this late night Saturday edition. I hope you guys have a beautiful, happy Easter, and whatever religion you do. Hopefully you have a great night. Have a great day. We're gonna be doing Easter Bunny things here in a few minutes. So bear with me, but it's something that I need to touch on real quick. Let's get into the real juicy stuff. I'm absolutely going to butcher this young lady's name, but the amateur. Oh, Augusta National Amateur, freaking women's amateur. Incredible. Ends in a playoff. I mean, Tsubasa Kajitani defeats Emily Migalaccio in a playoff win in Augusta. Absolutely came down to just an incredible day out at Augusta National. It was really cool to see a unique, absolutely crazy event. You got a little glimpse of Augusta National. You got to see the Masters. You get to see the conditions. You get to see a little frost delay, which, now I live in Georgia. It's one of those things that just happens. It's unfortunately, the ladies had a little frost delay. I myself had a frost delay. But you just got to work through those things. It was really unique and cool to see. Absolutely. Hey, cheers. This is a wine. It's one of those things that, like, you think back and, like, the PGA Tour, has all these rights and has all these, like, television rights and things that were pretty. I mean, they pay a lot of money for all that coverage. And the one unique thing was today was different when it came to the actual, who was the big dog on the television networks. The Augusta National Women's Amateur took first line. They actually, due to the weather delay, they were actually able to capture the entire event without skipping out to the Valero Texas Open. The Valero Texas Open had a little delay, and they eventually got to the Jordan Spieth show, which absolutely he absolutely killed it today. So let's get into the PGA Tour, the Valero Texas Open. It's one of those things that you look at the leaderboard and realize that you got Matt Wallace, Jordan Spieth, both sitting at 12 under, both shot 67 today, and absolutely look like they are in contention to do damage tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that battle. Real close behind is Charlie Hoffman at 10 under, Cameron Tringali, and I probably should sound these out like phonetically or something with the old names, but it's Inaraban Lahura at 7 under. And not far behind, Gary Woodland, Tom Hoagie, Lucas Glover, Matt Kuchar, all at 6 under. So it looks like it's going to be an exciting Sunday. Prep us real well for the Masters and getting things going in the right direction. Not a lot of people enjoy Jordan Spieth, but I know golf does. I know generally most fans. I'm not a particularly huge fan of Jordan Spieth, but it's good for the game for the most part. And I'm gonna give him his credit. He is putting himself in contention multiple weeks in a row. He's playing his ass off. Now, can he get it done? He's done it like 3 or 4 times. Did it at Pebble, did it at Waste Management, and now he's doing it here at the Valero Texas Open, in his home state, somewhere that he's real comfortable playing at. He plays here often basically because he lives there. And it's something you look at and you go, Can he get it done? Or a guy like Matt Wallace, can he get it done? I'm not real sure. I would love to see, quite honestly, I'd love to see a little Charlie Hoffman, the old trusty waste management. You know, he rocks the green glove. Just kind of like his style and his attitude. It's look forward to tomorrow's event. It's gonna be fun. But moving on to the ANA women's, the first major championship of the year. It's one of those things that, you know, you look at golf and there's a lot of female golf and a lot of big female golf for the most part, when it comes to the LPGA Tour and some of the new players that are going to be, you know, eventually coming up on the tour. You got to see it at Augusta National, which is pretty remarkable. But tomorrow might be an absolute like nap session when it comes to the ANA. You've got Patty Tavatanakit. I absolutely cannot say her name. She's leading the tournament 14 under. Young superstar coming out of Thailand. She is absolutely killing it. It is absolutely incredible. Leads the field by 5 shots, and it's one of those things that she's currently better playing than Ali Ewing, Miriam Lee, Sasha Feng, Charlie Hull, NB Park, all by a lot, which is, you know, good for her. The closest big name that I see is Jin Young Ko at 600, Lydia Ko, and then Nelly Corder is the closest American at 5 under. So it looks like she might run away with it. It might be rather boring. But just to get to a couple of stats that I wanted to highlight, she is 21 years old. She is not the biggest individual in the golfing world. She's rather fit. And but just to give you an idea, these last 3 days, her average driving distance has been 326 yards. There's guys on the PGA Tour that don't average 326 yards. Like, Zach Johnson would get smoked by her by like 50 yards. That's the difference. It is incredible. She's had an absolutely crazy round of driving, specifically today and yesterday. She averaged today 348 yards off the tee, and she also is playing it's very accurate. She hit let's see here, 10 out of 14 fairways hit, and then also 14 out of 18 greens. Was able to get up and down out of the sand 1 out of 2 times. It just, you look at this chick and you're like, oh my god, like she is going to be a freaking star. I mean, at one point in time she got to 15 under, but unfortunately had a late bogey on a par 3 17. But looking forward to watching her tomorrow. It's going to be one of those things that, you know, you look at some of these girls and you think like maybe the game is somewhat relatable, and then you look at these numbers and it's, good god, it's, I mean, Rory McIlroy averages 330. I mean, Bryson DeChambeau's up there at 3 something, 40 something. You got her, Patty. I mean, good god, it's absolutely incredible. So with that being said, guys, that's pretty much all your news when it comes to the scores. The other thing that we wanted to touch on, Friday broke, and let me pull up some of the articles and stuff. It's one of those things. So the new law in Georgia, Senate Bill 202, pretty much about voting. It's Georgia's new voting laws that came in effect. It's pretty much, everyone is claiming that it's trying to pretty much repress certain folks in the state, which is pretty crazy. I looked at the bill. I didn't read completely through the 98-page voting law, but the New York Times, which is, I'm assuming, a very, very liberal media source, hit on some highlights. And what kind of shocked me was nothing crazy, like nothing that is super specific. Just seems like another thing that people are trying to like latch onto to cancel, because Major League Baseball on Friday announced that they are moving the 2021 All-Star Game from Atlanta based on the new Georgia laws in regards to the civil rights groups concerned about its potential to restrict voting access for people of color. The 2020 MLB draft, a new edition of the All-Star Game and festivities this year, will also be relocated from Atlanta. That sucks. That's the kind of shit I moved here for. This is the stuff I wanted to attend. And I look at it and I'm like, what? I just don't. Anyways, it's fucking crazy. So the PGA Tour released again on a Saturday. They released an article regards to pretty much the same response. It was one of those things that the PGA Tour, the PGA of America, Augusta National, the Masters next week. I mean, all of these large events are in the state of Georgia, and looking at it, it's pretty much the PGA Tour made the statement in response to this reaction to this Senate bill, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's one of those things that the PGA Tour pretty much said to kind of highlight it. They're not leaving. They've got too much charitable dollars located in the actual city of Atlanta, out at Eastlake, to essentially affect communities. And then, of course, the Masters didn't have anything to say. They weren't quoted on it, but the PGA of America is monitoring developments. It's pretty much saying like, hey, we're aware of it. We're familiar with the nonsense going on, and we'll probably do some crazy shit. Because the PGA of America is absolutely scared of everything. I mean, again, they're the same organization that canceled a major championship, which they chose to host when they knew President Trump was going to be president, which is fucking crazy. So again, it's one of those things that politics are creeping into the game I love, and it's affecting me personally. It's affecting the community that I live in, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I never thought these types of things would be affected. Especially, I mean, an all-star game that legitimately brings millions and millions of dollars to an area of the city that needs it. I've been to these PGA Tour events in the area. I've been to Eastlake. They need that money. They need spectators there. They need people visiting that city. They need people spending money to revamp it. I mean, Augusta National and the Masters need fans. Like it, not the Masters. They're gonna work their shit out. But that city itself, I don't give a fuck who you vote for. I could care less. I don't care if the Senate bill passed or not. You can't take events away from these cities. Because it's scary. It's really scary. It's not a good place. It's not fun. And it's one of those things. It's just, God, we're in this cancel culture, and I don't understand it. It literally, like, these Senate bills have the ability, like, it wasn't just like one party that was like, we're gonna go screw people. That's not how these things work. And it's absolutely kind of crazy. It's kind of sad, and we'll have more information on it as things come up. I think that's all I wanted to really touch on when it comes to the things going on in this beautiful world that we call the United States. Pretty passionate about some of this stuff, and get involved in the community and stuff. So really appreciate everyone that joined the show. Punch Cut Lob Wedge, in for Birdie, love it. Tated 10, Big Fun Travel. I heard Big Fun Travel. I heard you guys are out in Augusta. Is that accurate? I think I saw a couple posts. If you guys are still part of the, I would love for you guys to jump on and tell me a little bit about it. I saw some of your guys' pictures and stuff. Looked like John Daly was in the mix. Looked like maybe a Hooters type venue. A little guitar in there, huh? Really appreciate Andrew Finch joining the show. I love having you guys on, interacting with me on the Daily Anger Bang. It's one of those things. Crazy world out there. Looking forward to wrapping up this week. For everyone that's listening and watching, we're gonna do a contest come Monday when the golf email, when our golf email newsletter comes out. We're gonna have a little link in there. So if you're not already part of the newsletter, go sign up for the newsletter. Check your newsletter. We're gonna be doing a contest for the actual Masters. It's gonna be something where we pick. I think you get to pick 3 of the top guys, or 3, whoever you want. Just pick 3 guys and pretty much the best score. So the lowest score will actually win combined. So if your guy misses the cut, you essentially get, I think we'll add points or add scores. But I think your guy has to make the cut and lowest score wins. I think that's how we figured it out. I can't figure it out yet, but that is what it is. So with that being said, guys, really appreciate it. This is it's been fun. Happy Easter. Hopefully you guys have a few cocktails tonight. Get things set for the kids and enjoy your Sunday. Maybe if you don't watch a little golf, just tune into the Anger Bang, and then also tune in for the old ALOHA Press podcast and YouTube show. Gonna recapping those things. If you guys read the newsletter, you saw some news broke in regards to an event that we're hosting at Castle Oaks come June 11th. We're gonna have more details coming out Monday and Tuesday for that. It's gonna be one of those events. It's gonna be fun. 1 day, maybe 2 day thing where the first day is kind of more of a challenge, not necessarily 18 holes. Putting contest, long drive. I have a feeling there's going to be some type of flop contest and closest to the pin type stuff. Maybe we'll do hitting something over water. But with that being said, guys, go check that stuff out. And for Birdie, hey, June 11th, we're gonna need some cart girls before then. I can promise you that. So with that being said, guys, really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.
Your daily